perseverance, we'll say, is that it shouldn't go unnoticed.
And every time I think about MT, all I can think is how much it changed my life. And I think about the directions I could have traveled at that age and the kind of turmoil you go through at that age. And it's just amazing that the choices that were made available to me because of MT changed the course that I took. And, you know, I don't know if I'd be here today, or at least I wouldn't be me if it wasn't for MT. And I have to thank you and all the people that were there for that.
Like I just said, I had a son on March 11th, baby boy, and I have a 4-year-old daughter. I have 2 children and a wife. And I'm out of Brentwood. I live in Hoplock. I recommend everyone leave Brentwood. Poor Brentwood went to the tubes. And it wasn't so great when we were there either, but Brentwood's changed. I'm glad you're out of this school. You take your life in your hands over here. It's unbelievable. What about Steve Howard? The bullet in the face? You know?
Yeah.
You look at and that was a guy that we went to school with, Wicks, the Wicks kid.
Graduated in '77.
And Steve Howard looked in the window, the kid took a shot, hit him right in the face. He didn't kill him. You know what I said to him? We shouldn't have this on tape.
No, it's all right.
I went to vote. All right, I was registered at Brentwood, and I went over to Steve Howard, and he knew me, and I said, Steve, not for nothing, but I said, I am Nancy. I was holding all the kids hostage. I go, what in the hell made you look in the window? He didn't really laugh, but he said, Tony, he goes, I did it for the kids. I mean, that was his dedication. He dedicated so much, he had to see what was going on. And when he looked in the window, they blasted him. It was Wicks, and then he had taken his own life right after. East Junior High, not this school. No, but the school system here is terrible. Was Gary Mintz the principal here?
Yes. The ironic part about it is that kids are kids. Kids don't change.
It's getting worse.
Kids don't change. The climate has changed, but it's changed across the board.
Oh, okay, throughout the whole United States, you say?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, well, the worst things we did, maybe there was a fight or we were smoking pot. I mean, that's what you're worried about with us. I mean, and that wasn't, now these kids are crazy.
I know.
It's unbelievable.
Of Gina Mooning, you know, and
Yeah, well, that was
20 years ago, that would have
that's tiny. Exactly. Even back then, that was only acceptable at that school. Awesome. We could accept it.
It's innocent. I mean,
Yeah. I would.
and why?
I let my daughter do whatever makes her happy. Now, maybe that's right or wrong, but that's what she does what she feels. And some people look at that as a fault, but I look at it as she's going to shape herself. I'm not going to shape her. I can direct her, but she's going to do what she wants. And that's just the way it is.
Were there things
If that's right or wrong, I don't know.
those expressions?
Why didn't you come to school for the last week, Tony? Can you share that with us all as a group? God damn it. Hey, you know what I mean? We missed you. Please get up and share that with us. I didn't get suspended, though. Yeah. I got a ring. I got to stand up and... I couldn't remember.
I felt, you know, MT was, you know, it was a safe haven. You know, even though the stuff that was going on is not the kind of aggression and violence and stuff that we're dealing in schools today, but certainly there was a need for, you know, to not be with your parents and to not be with the teachers. You know, this was a safe place where there were my friends, there were my family, there was a community.
Nobody messed
And I could go, and I could go there and I could be myself and I could say or do or feel how I wanted. And you definitely don't have that in education today.
You know what? I
It's
think
not that closeness that, you know,
futuristic education is probably going to end up going to the home with tapes and stuff like that. And people are going to be, this is what I see, you know, take it with a grain of salt.
That's so sad.
You have all these home study
That's so sad.
tapes and VCRs and the availability of these equipment. It's going to be home study.
Tony, what you're saying is absolutely right.
Because it's
over the
getting to
last
the point-
20 years,
that's where it's going.
home study,
That's where it's at.
parents taking their kids out of school and teaching them themselves.
Right, like you would do, if you had a deaf child, you would get a private tutor come in and do that, or any kind of handy. What they're going to do is, look, why should I jeopardize my son's life and send him to this destination?
There's also a lot
But I
of
can get
programs
better
out there in education now with satellite.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, where it's one teacher.
Or bring them in
an
one place
area,
and boom.
And there's no kids in the room with the teacher. And
Mary
then
and Ray.
All my friends were graduating early. My mother wouldn't let me graduate early. I had all my credits, and I said, well, I'm going to go there. And I was really glad I went there, but I don't remember a lot looking at the video, because when I went to school there, I would have to leave school and then I was working full time. So I was working till midnight at night. Then I'd be tired. You know, I was doing that. And
I worked at 7-Eleven.
yeah, well, I was in the factory. And but I remember the closeness, and that's why I was looking forward. I kept on saying, why isn't anyone having a reunion? I was like, I didn't go to the high school.
I didn't go to the Brentwood High one.
No, I didn't.
Did you go? You went to?
And I was so thrilled when I got that letter. I was like, I'm going.
Yeah, well, I didn't go to the Brentwood High 10-year when I didn't go to it. And
No,
then when
I
this opportunity came, I said, what the heck, I owe it to him, I'll go. You know, I felt that way. I'd go there, what the heck, it'll be fun, right? I'm sorry that the turnout wasn't as big, not that, you know, this isn't.
Well, I'm still looking forward to the end.
Yeah,
The
me
end
too.
one. I'm hoping that
Yeah, me too.
there'll be more people that show up.
Why? Answer this, Ernie. Why did you choose? Because you had to choose to come to the school. Why did you choose to go there?
I had mentioned it before to Lorraine's husband, I forget, I'm telling it was either Maslow-Toffler for me, or I remember telling my mother, I'm leaving as an 11th grade, and I said, I'm going to pack it in. I got a job, I worked at 7-Eleven, I had a job, and that kind of stuff. Lacrosse, I was good in, I was first string and all that, but I was getting frustrated with that, because they were their favorites. You know, I smoked cigarettes, and I was touring to Miko, that kind of stuff. So I said, there's nothing to do for me, I'm going to drop back, I'll work in the factory of 7-Eleven, that's the end. Please don't drop back. Try that Maslow-Toffler school. I'll give it a shot. And that's what I did. And matter of fact, you say something you reflect on. That was, remember the Psychology 1, the course, college course, right? Took a college course. I was capable of that. So that made me, I went to Suffolk. I got a liberal arts degree, two-year liberal arts.
Beautiful.
And I'm in my 13th year at local, right after school. And I found a local job when I was going to Suffolk. At that time, I was going to a place called LILCO, because it wasn't so popular. And I realized, I got this, but Jesus Christ, I like it.
Right after school, I went to the state, and I've been working for the state for 13 years.
Is that right?
And I started out as a stores clerk, a little clerk,
Right.
and now I'm the assistant to the director in the purchasing department. I run the medical supply. But I get very bored with my job. Like, I stay with the state, and I move around. Like, I go for promotion and just move around because I like new experience. I get bored, and I just want to move on. This is the longest I've been with them. We just opened up the Veterans Home at Stony Brook, the Long Island State Veterans Home.
Is that on the campus or in the hospital?
Right on the hospital grounds.
My sister was a doctor there. Kathleen Renee Walsh. Ring a bell?
No. That
That's
place
good.
is so big.
I know, it's
like,
unbelievable.
people ask you know that one?
Ah, yes, that's
But I've been there, and we're looking to leave Long Island, me and my husband. I have 8-month-old twins,
Oh, boy.
2 boys.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
It's
2 boys.
almost my bedtime. They go to bed, that's it, I go to bed.
Are they on the same schedule as one girl?
No, I think so. They
Thank
pretty
God.
much stay on the same schedule. But I just remember the closeness there, and like looking back, I look at, like I was telling you earlier, I look at my yearbook every once in a while. I pull it out, and I only go to the Maslow section. I don't care about the rest, and I just start reminiscing back, and I have this poem. I can't remember who wrote it to me. He was one of the guys there, and I have that framed, and I was telling you I have the picture of Carolyn at the Poconos in a frame, and I just remember all those good times.
You were there, what would it be?
Just the participation, I missed a lot. Looking back at that, I missed a lot of it. I don't recall the shows that they did, because I was working, and I had to work, I was with my mom, it was just us in the house, so any little extra money helped, so it was rough. And I look back and I say, God, I missed all that.
Right by
Was
it.
there
We did put a
an
capsule
art
on the ground.
teacher there that was there like short term? I cannot remember her name.
Ellie Lipton.
Yeah, that's right.
Ellie.
I was looking for pictures of her.
And I don't have her address. I don't know.
What
I
about-
think she lives in Woodstock. I think she has, because she retired last year, And I
Oh,
think
she's still.
she retired from Brentwood last year, and I think she's moved to Woodstock, which is
That
where
was
her husband
fantastic.
Yes.
She really
Yes.
taught me art appreciation, boy. She took us into Manhattan, into Soho, and she's about 10 or 12 of us.
I remember.
And we went into all of the different galleries and whatnot, and it was raining, and I'll never forget it. It was pouring rain, and none of us had an umbrella, none of us had a coat. We went into a store, and she bought glad bags, and we put glad bags over us, and walked through the streets of Manhattan in glad bags. Of course, in Manhattan, nobody knows the difference. Nobody really cared. But yeah, she was great.
We're gonna find out time.
There was one thing I remember too. I don't remember whose class it was in. We had to build our dream home. It wasn't your class,
Probably was.
and I still remember. I still have that dream home. It's still in the back of my mind. I still want my log cabin, and I'll get it when we leave for Pennsylvania someday. I have my own horses on my property, and we have. My husband does rodeos with the calf roping, so he's active doing that. So we want to move and get some property.
Wonder Way,
and,
not much property left on Long Island.
yeah. Well, I have a big piece. I'm right near South Haven Park.
Oh, that's nice.
So
Yeah.
it's fun,